know why, because the black girl is never going to be a part of the love triangles, because who wants the black girl? Baby, it's the bar for me. Do you see her out there flowing? Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Trinity, and if you are new here, I make fashion and lifestyle related content, and if you're not new, hey guys, welcome back. Hey. Welcome back to my channel. It's Trinity, where I do whatever I want.
Rick Manson's World Motion Tour is over, and what a success it was.
So today, as you can tell by the title, I am going to be, well actually I don't even know the title yet, but essentially I'm going to be dressing the Winx characters because Netflix failed them, let's be honest. Just a quick thing, I'm going to look up a lot in this video, and I don't know why. It's a habit I've had since I was young, so if that irritates you, here's a warning. I'm going to look up a lot in this video, okay? You grew up like me watching Winx Club. I mean, obviously it was out before me, because I think it came out, it might have came like 2004. But even if it came out in 2005 I was a newborn, so I wasn't exactly like,
I wasn't exactly watching it.
but I love the Winx Club. I feel like all the girls were so unique and somebody was your favorite. My favorite character didn't come in originally. My favorite character started off being was obviously because she was like the closest thing to black. I think she's Afro-Latina in the cartoon. And then my favorite character ended up being Aisha, obviously because she is the black fairy, and I really loved Aisha because she was black, she looked like me. So as a little girl, that was just so exciting. And the best thing about this whole series was the friendship that the girls had, and oh my gosh, God, their outfit. Just a hints. I'm about to spoil. I just want you to know, like, Netflix really kind of failed their audience with this one. I feel like if you're able to separate the cartoon from this show, then you might actually enjoy it, because overall it wasn't a bad show. The plot wasn't bad, it just was so different from the cartoon to the point where it was like, why are we even calling this the Winx saga? It literally could have just been a movie about fairies, because it really did not relate in the way that it was supposed to relate. Like, there were so many different elements missing, and I don't know if that was due to budget or they wanted a darker, edgier film, but it was so different, and I hope they come out with more changes. I feel like they could have kept the same storyline. Well, maybe not, of course not the same episodes, just make it a little more mature. But you know what? Who is texting me? That's so rude. Hello? Okay. Called me for no reason, but okay. Another thing was like the diversity in the show. Bro, when I tell you they completely whitewashed the cast, there is one person of color in there, that is Aisha, and that's because they knew probably there'd be like some huge controversy if they literally took out the one black character and made her white. But Asian characters matter, Latinx characters matter too, like all of those other characters matter. Black isn't the only race that faces oppression, so I know the only reason. Like, if they could have gotten away with whitewashing Aisha, I'm pretty sure they probably would have done that. But I am not about to sit here and analyze this movie, because I am not a movie reviewer. No thank you. I like watching them, but I'm not a commentary channel. I did look at this and I knew I wanted to incorporate this somehow into my channel, so I decided that I was going to style them how I would style them, because their outfits were literally disgusting. Oh my gosh. And when I looked up who styled them, it's Catherine Adair, and I scrolled through like her resume. I don't know who this lady is. I never really look up stylist on there, but I scrolled through. I'm like, what teenage projects has she?
None.
She's done none. She's done none. She did Desperate Housewives, so I think that explains, like, that explains it. Just a little. Their outfits were quite horrid, and it was honestly quite comical because Stella in the show was supposed to be like this fashion person. They even mention it. Like, Bloom is like, oh, why you changed it again, Stella? And Stella's like, people expect me to dress well. Meanwhile, she's literally over here dressing like our mother's going to work. So let's go ahead and get into styling these people. First of all, let's go ahead and start with Bloom. She is the main character. She's literally the main character who the whole storyline plot thingy kind of revolves around her. And let's go ahead and get into her. I feel like since she's the main character, she can go first. So essentially I made a Pinterest board for every single one of the girls that I really wanted, like, of things I would really style them with. When Bloom came, she was the only person who spoke like in an American accent. All the rest of them had British accents, and I guess that was to make her stand out more. I feel like another thing they could do with Bloom is they could also just give her clothing that makes her stand out. I just was like, what is the most American clothing trend ever? And I mean, I couldn't really think of one. Like, I thought of Visco girl, but I don't think I would want to dress Bloom as a Visco girl. Nothing's wrong with Visco girls, it's just I personally don't see Visco girl for her. So I'm thinking, what if we did Bloom like a modern day Emma Chamberlain, like literally like an LA girl? Like, that's all I kept on thinking. So of course you guys know I went on my favorite app ever, Pinterest, and I made each of the girls their own Pinterest board of collections of clothes that I think right fit them, and I based this off of their personality. And I did try to do color scheming for them, but I don't really like the colors. Like, cartoons can make colors look good, but sometimes colors don't always look best. So Bloom is actually one of the characters that I did kind of stick to her colors for. Bloom is like one of the characters that I did kind of stick to her colors like she did in the kind of like the original. I feel like it's really important to do that because it really helps bring the nostalgia back to the audience. Live action, they had her wearing red because she's a fire fairy, but I just feel like it kind of clashes since Bloom is a redhead. I feel like we can kind of get the point that she's a fire fairy considering that her hair is red. So but yeah, when I see Bloom, I'm thinking modern day Emma Chamberlain. I'm like, yes girl, big pants, little shirt combo, perfect. Bloom is wearing that LA girl fit. I have her in like a lot of like light wash jeans, and I have her in like just high wash jeans and tiny shirts. Like, that's just really what I did for her. And I have a whole bunch of Emma Chamberlain on here, and I really tried to incorporate blue into her style, basically like blue, whites, like very like neutral but like with a pop of color type outfit. And I feel like it's very important because we need to make Bloom seem really outlander-ish. We want her to seem like she doesn't fit in, and while every other girl dresses in kind of more of unique fits, which I do show you guys later in the video, I want her to wear kind of like that basic type look because literally like she's supposed to not fit in. She's supposed to not properly know how to be a fairy. She's not the same as them. She's in like this new magical world. I think she's like a changeling or something. She doesn't even know. As the series continues, maybe her style could develop, but I feel like this really cute, like basic, simple style would be perfect for her. And mom jeans would like literally be her thing. Mom jeans would literally be her thing. In the show, she kind of wore like leather. Nothing's wrong with leather, don't get me wrong. I love leather, but I just don't feel like leather really suited her character. She's very open and curious, and I feel like her clothing needs to reflect that. I wouldn't necessarily put it in a category. It's just more of a basic type fit with more trendy outfit clothing ideas. This outfit right here just completely reminded me of the cartoon of Bloom because her shirt was kind of like this, except it was mixed with like yellow. I personally didn't put dresses on here for her because I don't see her in dresses, and we want her to kind of blend in as much. Here's like one dress that I could possibly see her wearing. I don't really see her wearing it too often, but I do see her wearing it, you know, every so often, maybe on a special day when she's just trying to be a little fancier, you could say. You know, these shoes right here just really just reminded me of Bloom, and these pants and these trousers. Like, I personally feel like Bloom wants to fit in as much as possible, so she keeps her style very basic, but it still can be cute while being basic. All of this would work on her, especially because like red hair with like blue, it looked really good in the cartoon, so I wouldn't be surprised if it looked really good in the live action, you know. She did wear a skirt in the cartoon, but I don't know, I felt like they made her character too, I don't know, like her character now is so, I don't want to say her character is emo, but her character is very much like not a skirt girl. I love the ripped jean look. This isn't necessarily a blue look for her, but I really love this look because I feel like it just really just matches something she would wear, like the graphic tee with the skinny jeans, like a very simple casual outfit. Like flannels, I could totally see Bloom in. She's just like a flannel girl. Like, she's just so simple. And if you want to incorporate red, I really like how the red was incorporated here because it's like not overkill. Like Bloom in the live action, she would just wear red on red on red on red, and I'd be like, I was distraught. Maybe not, that ain't gonna work. Imagine Bloom with her Doc Martens on. Chef's kiss. Next, we're gonna go into Musa. First of all, Musa was like an Asian girl in the live action, and she was one of my favorite characters. After she was like my third favorite character. Why is she a complete white woman now? I can't even remember what she wore in the live action. I'd have to look at old pictures of it. I just know her clothing taste is boring, and for her to be so her, like, I just really got like, she's like a cool kid, like not a cool kid, but she's very like, she likes music. So when I think about Musa, I think about cyber Y2K, and I feel like her pants are like a staple piece, because I remember I would watch the show, like her everyday outfit was like were pants, and she wore like these really like thick, like big pants, like oversized pants, and I was like, wow, like that is so cool.
You know what I just realized? You guys know that whole little thong trend where people would have like the little strings or like the little things like showing from their pants? That's literally Musa's whole thing. That is so cool, and I can't believe I totally missed over that.
Like, I think that's why I like big pants so much now, because of Musa, because her pants are just so cute. So I feel like her pants were like really like key factors. So I really looked into like these pants have like anime on them, and considering that she's Asian, I don't know, just because you're Asian doesn't mean you like anime, but I mean, Musa's clothes did have a lot of Asian significance in them, so she would wear certain outfits. I do see her in darker colors. I don't see her clothing as saturated. I looked into these bandana pants, because like I said, Musa, she wore big pants, and like her pants were like a big staple for her. Like, I loved her pants. Like, I mean, these clothes are kind of saturated, even though there are some pinks in here. I did kind of want to stray away from pinks, because I wanted her in darker colors just because of the way she was. Like, she was she constantly carried the weight of knowing people, like what was going on in people's minds. Her powers were kind of different in the live action. In the cartoon, her powers were like musical powers, but now her powers are like almost like, I don't want to say it's telepathy, I don't know how to say it. And I looked also into Miss Chrissy, because Miss Chrissy wears a cute outfits, this cute like streetwear outfits that I really could see on Musa. This is stuff I could see Musa wearing. You see with the pants here, the pants are just so prominent, and even with like the dragon on there, I don't know if that's necessarily Asian culture, but it is. If it is, that makes it even more perfect, because Musa was known for incorporating Asian culture in her stuff. The skeleton pants I think are so cute, and just like all of this, like the backwards caps. I don't really have that many backwards caps, but I could totally see Musa wearing that. And she also wore headphones like around her neck. I feel like that kind of contributes to like the cyber Y2K look for her. And you know, sneakers are just a must for Musa. Musa wore red in there, and I didn't really incorporate red into her costume, because I showed you guys red earlier, but I don't see like a lot of red that I personally would like for her. Although this is a little outside of Musa's style, I could totally see her wearing it just because of the leather jacket, and it kind of contributes to streetwear altogether. So the next person that we're talking about is Stella. So Stella was just such a confusing character. Honestly, seeing Stella broke my heart, because she's not the same Stella. You know, the other Stella was so happy, bubbly, and she was so nice, but now this Stella is literally the meanest person in the world for no reason. Like, she's just she's unnecessarily rude. And of course she has like her backstory to why she's so rude, but it's still unnecessary rudeness. Like, she has no reason to be like that. But when I did see Stella, I thought about Colleen Diaz for some reason, so I did look into Colleen Diaz for some of the inspiration for Stella's outfit. Maybe Diera, no, scratch Diera. Diera does not fit Stella aesthetic. It's just really like the sophisticated style for Stella. She's a princess, and she knows like she's a princess, so of course she has like this really cute bougie style, and I felt like these are the outfits that really fit her. Another thing about Stella is she was going to make statements, so people knew Stella could dress, and so let's really reinforce that people know that Stella can dress. This right here to me screams Stella. Like I said, I did kind of not go with Stella's colors like I did with everybody else, because I don't know, I just didn't really see yellow on her, because no, she wears like orange, and orange is not for me like that. And like, Stella needs to draw attention. Like, she needs the attention on her. She even says that she's literally a light fairy. So just big statement pieces like this would be so adorable. Look at this. This is so cute. I want this. Oh my god. It's just big. It's better, instead of like that pantsuit that you would see senators wear. I actually did push her more into pink, because it's very obvious that Stella is a girly girl, and what other way can you say girly girl with pink? Sweater vests are a big thing with Stella. I don't really see her wearing as much trendy clothing, but if she did, she would wear something like this, closer to a set, still finding ways to make it sophisticated. And like I said, I really did look into Colleen, and I saw this outfit on Colleen, and I was like, that is so Stella. Fashionable. I see her in tons of dresses, tons of skirts. This was like one of my favorite outfits for Stella. Well, actually, I don't know. That white shirt may not work for her, but I just like how just put together. She always looks put together, and I feel like that's one thing about Stella. And if she did want to wear streetwear, she would wear streetwear like this, just very clean. Like, she just looks clean. Like, you know those people that just look so clean because there's not a frizz in sight, nothing. They just look put together. That's Stella. Stella will always look put together, and I feel like blazers would look super cute on her because they wanted to make her look more sophisticated. And there are ways to make people look sophisticated without making them look like 70-year-old senator. I just see this all for Stella. I think Stella, oh, this was like one of my favorite things, like the little scarf thing that she had going. Like, she didn't have this going on in the show, but I feel like the scarf thing just really fits her with the big glasses. Next, we're going into Flora. Flora was actually replaced by this girl named Tara, even though Tara said she had a cousin named Flora. It's obvious that Flora was replaced by Tara. Tara is, surprise, surprise, a white woman. She's also plus size, and nothing's wrong with her being plus size, but the problem forms when they made her insecure. The show had an issue with just making like these same stereotypes almost. Why do we always have to see the insecure plus size girl who's chasing after a boy who doesn't want her because he wants a skinnier version of her? That just kind of really bothered me to see, because of course we want plus size inclusivity, excuse me if that's not a word. Why do they always have to be so like they hate themselves? Because that's not a realistic standard for all plus size girls. There are a lot of plus size girls that are confident, and there are a lot of plus size girls that get boyfriends who like them, and I don't know, it just kind of bothered me a little bit. But when I thought about Flora, obviously, Tara, and that's the thing, like, she was white. They could have kept Flora, kept her Hispanic, and still made her plus size, because obviously the Winx Club girls, they had these like perfect figures which are unattainable to everybody, but don't make it seem like like you're just so miserable if you're big. That's not the case. I went ahead and I decided that I really like the soft girl aesthetic and I'm gonna call her Flora. I really like even though her name is Tara, I really like the soft girl aesthetic, cottagecore aesthetic. I did have a little trouble finding stuff at first, but then I found it. These girls look so confident. They are radiant, and I just feel like it really just matches like her shy, because that's what the real Flora, she's shy, but she's not unconfident. She's a very confident girl. Sorry, I dropped my lip gloss. So when I thought about her, I just thought about cottagecore, and there are so many beautiful plus size girls here. And this is personally how I would dress her. I would stay with the prints. I love the little slits in the skirt. I love these really long flowy dresses. I feel like it really does suit her, and it even kind of suits the character Tara if she were more confident, because what they have her doing in the story is like just really covering up for what? Like, I did actually try to stay within her colors. Her colors are like more saturated, so I wanted to keep that. I wanted to keep this because one thing about Flora is she was just always such a happy girl. I don't really like her in pants, honestly. I like her in more dresses and stuff, but I feel like pants could work for her as well. Like, pretty pastels will really just compliment her, and like I said, since she is a flower fairy, it really does help contribute to her, and I just feel like it would really just reflect her being confident, would pull it off even more, and that's exactly why I really truly like this one for Flora. There really wasn't much to say about Flora, but don't worry, I have a lot to say about our next victim. Last but certainly not least, Aisha. Growing up, Aisha was literally my favorite character, and I can't even begin to express how uncomfortable and how upset and disappointed I was when I saw the character in the live action film. Let's talk about them edges.
Oh my god!
What is that?
Why is it so common for black girls to either do their hair themselves when they do these projects, or just look a mess? We've seen it with Monse. Why make the same mistake, Netflix? And I mean, of course you're all like, okay, well, she could have done her edges herself. Why does she have to do her edges herself? Why don't she just hire a black hairstylist, or at least a white hairstylist who knows how to work with black hair? It's not that hard. And an edge is a swoop. You're telling me they couldn't watch one YouTube video on how to do black hair so they could do that little swoop? Not even just talking about the edges. Let's talk about the actual hairstyles. The hairstyles on Aisha were absolutely 100% hideous. And it made me so, let's see what race this hairstylist is. So they have 3 hairstylists. Tanita, oh, she's white. okay? One of the hairstylists is white. Let's see the next hairstylist. Wow. She's white. Wow, okay, that was a shocker. Okay, there's one more person. There's literally one more person. Oh my gosh, you guys won't believe it. You won't believe it. Oh my god, oh my god. She's white. You're telling me they had 7 hairstylists and I saw all of them. They had all those hairstylists. They had more than one hairstylist, and you're telling me they couldn't get one black hairstylist for their black characters? Because she wasn't the only black character. But even if she was, wouldn't that make it even more of a priority? Why do we keep having to go through these same things? It's not fair. And her hair looked a mess. It just really, really did. And also, let's just talk about the stereotype they made her. She was the mom of the group. She was the black girl being the best friend to the white protagonist who always has stuff going on, so obviously her problems aren't big enough. She was jealous of Bloom because Bloom's powers were progressing so magically and so fast, and hers weren't because Bloom was keeping her up at night. She was Bloom's babysitter. And it's not fair because if you go to the cartoon version, the person who's closest to Bloom's babysitter, Bloom's best friend, is Stella. And you guys are like, okay, but we needed Stella to be a part of the love triangle with Bloom, Sky, and Stella. No, why couldn't Aisha have done that? Oh, I know why. Because the black girl is never going to be a part of the love triangles, because who wants the black girl? The black girl is undesirable. We gotta make the black girl the best friend who's always helping the white protagonist. No, because we gotta conform to these stereotypes that the black girl is this big, motherly, strong, protective figure. What if we don't want to protect everybody? What if we don't want to be motherly? We deserve love, and it's not fair. Aisha was the only person who didn't have a love interest. And before you guys say it's not important, it is important. Though another thing about the Winx Club was every girl had a love interest. And of course it's like, what? But everyone else had a love interest. It was so dehumanizing. It was sad to see, especially me being a black girl myself seeing that. Do you understand what type of message you're sending us? Why would they even make her that person? It would make more sense for Musa to be that roommate for Bloom, actually, in this particular live action. If we're not even thinking about the cartoon, it would have made more sense for Musa, because Musa is the one who can understand everybody's minds, and she can go in and figure out what's wrong, and Bloom is the one who's struggling with her powers. Musa probably would have been the best choice for her to have a best friend if you guys wanted to change it around so badly. But no, you guys put the black girl because that's what we're known as in television shows. Okay, now that I'm done ranting about that, sometimes it's just like, sometimes I just wish they didn't have a black character at all. The whole storyline is dedicated to helping Bloom, and there have been rumors that they're not even making Aisha a princess anymore. And I don't talk about this, but I'm tired of seeing television shows like this where the black girl is always the one. Like, of course we're gonna be the token person there to make sure you guys can say you're not racist, but sometimes I wish that there wasn't a black girl at all. But as for her style, she got done dirty just like everybody else. So let's talk about her style. When I think of Aisha, she was like a student, like a teacher's pet almost, but she was also very sporty. So I decided to give her like this really just like baddie look with like sporty like baddie look. I don't know, like I looked a lot into my own Pinterest board for stuff like this. So as you see, I just have like a whole bunch of like sporty stuff, of course really tiny shirts. I have her wearing like a lot of sweat shorts and sweatpants, and of course while she's wearing this, because she is so sporty, she still manages to make it look cute like this girl did here. Look at all this stuff. Like, these are such cute outfits that I could really see her wearing. I really incorporated like sweatpants, sweat shorts. I didn't really get a lot of jeans, but like I said, because she's such a sporty person, that's the type of stuff I see her in. I do have leather pants here, I have leggings, I have sweatshirts. Like, these are depictions of what I think Aisha should have dressed like, because that kind of was her character. And especially her being a swimmer, you know, they wear warm-ups a lot, so it's cool to have her in warm-ups. I do see her in sneakers more than I see her in any other type of shoe, even though these shoes right here, guys, they're so cute. I want them. But yeah, I just see her in like really casual fits, but make them cute, you know, make them cute. I see a lot of like shoe shirt coordination, and I think that's super cute. That is it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you enjoyed, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. like, comment, and subscribe so you can see other videos that I make. Remember, I make fashion and lifestyle videos. Also, make sure to go check out my other videos, and I will make sure to check out my social medias. I'm very active on there, and we're getting so close to 600. I'm super excited. So I will see you guys in my next video.